Renault Vitality versus Reciprocity, our last match of the day. Vitality trying to bounce back from an 0-2 week 3, and Reciprocity trying to end on a 2-0 in week 4.
A massive 2-0 it would be. They're already at the top of the standings. A win here could move them that much closer to securing a land spot in Madrid. We already saw NRG do it. Reciprocity a chance to inch ever closer to that right now.
And Reciprocity have really started to refine this gameplay that they have. It's very reminiscent of Pittsburgh Knights in North America, where a lot of demos, a lot of harassment, a lot of enforcement on the other end to open up gaps on the other team's end. And they're so consistent with it. It's worked out really well.
That airstrike from Ferra. Did you see
that?
He had his heat-seeking missile locked. Just went boom.
Yeah.
I saw that play. Loved that play last series. Also, Chaussette with the hat trick in the final game. A big performance from him, but they're going up against the defending world champs who've had a bit of a struggle this season, who've already fallen to Barcelona and Mouse.
With Kaydop on their team as well, Vitality, Fairy Peak, and Kaydop trying to move down the pitch. It's Scrub. Kaydop finds a demo, but Fruity up has an easy save for Reciprocity. Ferra off the corner. Can't find anything going there, but Chaussette. Instead of James. Oh, he gets the bump too. Ferra actually gets a clean look at this off the back wall. No shot will come though. Fruity a little too far back.
And Fairy and Scrub already on that play ran into each other. Scrub had turned quickly, surprising Fairy Peak. Vitality not on the same page right out of the gate, but still time to recover.
And that's been something Vitality have struggled with. Oh, there's a demo for Scrub, but he does keep control, but has to rely on Fairy Peak to come in. And I was going to say that, you know, for Vitality, I remember Season 6, it was double commits galore for Vitality. They were always running into each other, and that was the thing that defined their Season 6 run. That was Scrub's inaugural season in the RLCS. Season 7, they're hitting ceiling passes, they're going left to right, they're making teams look silly, and now it feels like we've seen a melt. We've seen both Season 6 and Season 7 Vitality.
Combination. They threw it in the mixer, blended them up, and that's what we've gotten for Season 8. But the seasons, you know, they're sitting at 2-2. They can still finish out with hopes of top 2 potentially. They just have to start now. But Gibbs, he brought up the stats. He showed you the difference that it's been, especially just from Scrubkilla. Scrubkilla, that MVP season last season, I voted for him. They need more of that.
Ferra carrying it close, the challenge by Kaydop, and Scrub, a great follow-up. Now Vitality move back down the pitch. There were a lot of standout players in Europe last season. Scrub also had my vote. We'll see if he can pick it up. Game number 1, all
Another
3. Kaydop has it.
I mean, yeah, we saw the double commit from Scrub and Fairy, but Kaydop's like, hey guys, I got it.
No problem for now.
Double commit from Rec as well.
A little antsy, but there really hasn't been a ton of action. Both teams just wanting to make sure that backboard is clean and taken care of on defense. Scrub wins 1 touch, but that's about it for either side right now. We're over halfway through game number 1.
Vitality was so far back, struggling for that boost, had to rotate way out.
Oh, Kaydop's shot just wide of the net. Chaussette had the angle covered. You saw Scrub pull off that as Kaydop was already up in the air. Kaydop maybe had an angle, or Scrub, excuse me, maybe had an angle as well, or maybe even for a passing play. So Vitality got to reset again here on the back of the blue wall. Scrub, long pass to Kaydop, and he can't connect. Rare whiff from Kaydop. Just couldn't get up to the ball. Fruity. You know, I did ask after last week for more flip resets from Fruity, so I'm glad that he went for one there. But Scrub carries over 1. Good defense from Ferra.
And I mean, Alpha makes him look easy.
It's another day in the park for Alpha. But just not a lot of action. Neither team really able to get consistent presence in midfield.
We saw that pass from Scrub to Kaydop. Kaydop not connecting on the shot. Now, a shot opportunity. That one's turned aside. And now another strong shot. Now things are starting to heat up, Jorby.
Yeah. Vitality were given some space to Reciprocity, but they do move back the other way. Pass from Scrub to Kaydop. He waits for it and he gets the touch off the post. This is beautifully crafted from Scrub and Kaydop.
Killer instinct from Kaydop. Scrub goes across. Fruity and Chaussette were not expecting that angle, and then that touch from Kaydop past Chaussette. That's how you do it. Kaydop striking 101.
And Vitality, as prone to double commits as they might be, that was, you know, a good example of good communication. How about Ferry Peak putting one in with the Fennec? Usually on the Batmobile, but he puts one in. That's 2 for Vitality.
Gets the dunk, and look at the control. Gets the hit, recovers in time. He had nothing left, no boost, but still used it perfectly to be able to get that goal. The dunk, getting to the ground fast, getting that touch, getting the secure. Vitality, that's the start that you want.
Ooh, Fruity gets the ball over Ferry Peak's head. Ferra's shot's turned away. Scrub using everything he has to win that challenge against Chaussette. Chaussette, who has been so tough to win challenges against this season. Even earlier today, winning games for his team. In crucial situations, Reciprocity have put themselves in a great position. But they're struggling right now in game 1 against Vitality. 2 quick goals, one off of a great pass, the next off of a great solo effort from Ferry Peak. He wins another challenge in the attacking third. Time will expire, and Vitality will win a clean, for the most part, game 1.
And it wasn't the prettiest of games from either side, but Vitality, they found ways to score, and they had those moments of brilliance. The Scrubkilla pass was a tough pass to make, and not only that, but Kaydop handled it perfectly to get the ball over to the far post, and then following it up to get that goal. Then the effort from Ferry Peak, that solo goal from him, was beautiful. So 2 goals for Vitality. Reciprocity had some quality shots, and we're taking another look at this one.
And that's
that pass, and that first touch from Kaydop, so good.
Everything Kaydop did there was so perfect, and I think it's a textbook example of good communication. It's like Kaydop, you're looking at his screen first on this goal, and he doesn't see Scrub, but he knows Scrub is behind him, and Scrub doesn't have to say he's there. And if he did, Kaydop immediately turns, because he's initially going for that ball, but then he turns off of it, knows Scrub is going to come up, hit the pass, and then Kaydop just makes a great effort on the touch to beat the defense, like you said, James. So I really liked Vitality, especially in the last 2 minutes of game 1. And Reciprocity, no demos. I think maybe 1 to start the game, but then they couldn't get anything going. They just couldn't handle the ball.
Yeah, they struggled at times. They had some shots that came in that were turned aside. One of them, you know, made the defense stretch a little bit, but nothing too overwhelming for Vitality to handle. It was a quiet game for a large majority of that time. Both teams just struggling to get that possession, and just those 2 standout plays, the infield pass and then the effort from Ferry Peak, that's what the difference was. So we'll see if Reciprocity can step it up this game.
They got the players to get it done. On the kickoff, Chaussette give way for Fruity. Scrub trying to catch his car on the sidewall. He'll have no boost left in the tank to move back down the pitch. Ooh, Ferry Peak forced back. He does make the touch, stops Ferra for now. Ferra out to Fruity. Kaydop up for this quickly, but the net's open and it's blocked! Scrub diving into the top of the net.
Scrubkilla, he is a rock-solid defensive player. That stop there, wiping out a goal-scoring chance.
Scrub off the ceiling, gets the pitch on the ground. Ferra will take the ball away. Ferra on point again. The challenge goes to Fruity. His shot off the backboard and taken away by Kaydop.
Tough read to make. He jumped very early for that ball.
Kaydop there for another shot, and it's blocked again by Ferra. Reciprocity in some danger here. Fruity having to need Chaussette. Good touch from Ferry Peak, playing it to the opposite corner. Fruity losing the challenge to Kaydop, but it's Ferra's ball, and Scrub takes it away again. Good defense so far from Renault Vitality. Cut off in the third by Ferry Peak. Another dump from Ferra, just trying to keep Vitality out of their own end. Chaussette. The touch keeps it away from Vitality, back to Fruity, but the shot just high, and Chaussette able to handle business back to midfield. Vitality winning the boost battle. but another clear will give some breathing room to Reciprocity.
Massive clear, and Scrubkilla almost putting that on target. We saw Fruity getting in the way of it. Vitality and Reciprocity trading blows. Both teams forced to make heroic saves, and another heroic save from Fruity.
Oh, Scrub was looking on the line for a demo, and the shot to the top corner for Fairy Peak. Back to Scrubkilla, no good. Chaussette recovers. Reciprocity keep the scoreline 0.
That hit the crossbar and the post, and then the follow-up was blocked. You feel for Vitality.
Such a big...
Oh, I was just going to say, but what a save that was. What an effort from Reciprocity.
Absolutely. Big goal line stand. Vitality are really challenging Reciprocity's defense, but Fruity gets just... This is not a banger. It is... He obliterated this ball.
A hyper beam.
138 kilometers per hour.
Oh my goodness. Gravity had no effect on that ball.
That was the speed of light. Supersonic? No way. FTL. What a shot. That was awesome.
Check his bumper. There's got to be something in there.
Oh, some extra nitrous. Fairy Peak pass, quick to Kaydop. It's too late. Chaussette, he can't get it out. Scrub gets the goal for Vitality.
A slugfest. Fairy Peak again, the infield pass. Chaussette pre-jumped it, got a piece of the ball, but it didn't get out far enough. Scrubkilla getting the rebound. These guys having to make some crazy stops.
This has been a nutty game, too. We're only halfway through. Half the fun.
Still in store for us.
Have to
Got
go.
plenty of game left.
Ferra picking this up from midfield. Fairy Peak, he has really done well today. Kaydop back over to Scrub. Fairy Peak downfield already. Can he get the touch? Fairy Peak, he scores. Vitality take the lead.
A wonderful read from Fairy Peak. A very awkward ball. He got bumped into it and immediately jumps. That is some bad luck for Reciprocity. You think you're doing work by bumping Fairy Peak so he can't rotate back, when guess what? You just put him in position to score.
Yeah, you just paid Vitality. Oh, thanks for the bump, Fairy Peak.
Sometimes things go your way, and it wasn't easy execution either. Fairy Peak had to have instantaneous reaction.
And I was just saying how I feel like he's just been playing so well today. And he's able to recover and score another goal. He's been winning so many good challenges. He picks up the demo against Chaussette on the challenge on the ball. Ferra, quick save. Kaydop's there. Downfield, Scrub wanted it, but he recognized Fruity had him beat, and he wins the challenge in the attacking third. Fairy Peak following closely to Scrub. Scrub, light touch. Ferra just can't get a solid touch on the ball. Scrub making his life miserable. Kaydop takes one ball away, but this is going to be Reciprocity's. Ferra blocked by Fairy Peak again. A minute and 10 seconds remaining in game 2. Vitality hanging on to a 1-goal lead. Oh, Scrub couldn't get a solid touch on the pass. You know, Vitality, another shot, double commit by Reciprocity. But last week, they had a lot of defensive struggles. They let a lot of balls off the backboard. They couldn't get solid touches on their own end, and it resulted in a lot of goals for the other team. Today, back to form for Renault Vitality.
They certainly are looking to be that team in Europe. Reciprocity, they're at the top of the ladder, and Vitality having their way with them. The demo from Scrubkilla paves the way for Kaydop.
Yeah, how about a taste of your own medicine? Here comes the boom from Scrubkilla, and Kaydop walks it home.
You even saw Chaussette trying to jump.
Yeah, good luck.
What do you do?
Good luck.
What can you do?
He's Scrubkilla. He's got Killa in the name.
But Chaussette is not a scrub. Let's be clear about that.
I wasn't calling Chaussette a scrub. I just, the Killa part. That's the fun part.
But, okay.
Chaussette's
all right,
great.
all right.
Chaussette's great.
And Scrubkilla keeps it going.
He's certainly making Reciprocity look like a bunch of scrubs right now.
He certainly is. That hit there, and then faking that hit, jumping right away, and he tucks that ball in right as soon as he could.
Beautiful play from Vitality overall in game 2. Game 1, it was so much more defensive. Vitality didn't really start to explode until the last
Well, even the start of this game was very defensive.
Yeah. And, oh, I thought they were going to get another. Chaussette just couldn't find the ball. Chaussette way down the pitch on that long pass. No good. Vitality. And Scrubkilla in particular, you heard Gibbs talk about him on the desk. He hasn't had the best season after having an MVP-like season in Season 7, but in this series against Reciprocity, all three of these players, Scrub included, stand out 4-1, maybe 5. And they may sweep Reciprocity.
2 goals and assists, multiple saves for Scrubkilla, as we'll see the stats pop up. Yep, 2 saves, 5 shots. All around, a great game from Scrub.
And again, Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak winning a lot of challenges. He is just jumping for some of these balls, and it's working. It's working so well. He is just in such a good spot. And you see this goal right here for Scrub as he just rolls it around the side and puts it in himself.
Jumps there, gets the first touch on the ball, flips right into it. No chance of stopping it. Vitality looking to be the Vitality of Season 7.
And Reciprocity just can't seem to get any kind of consistent possession together. They get a couple of boomers down the pitch, but Vitality have been so good at possession. It's something we've been hammering home all the time. Possession is so important, and Vitality not only control the boost, but they also control the ball. And Reciprocity, they can't play that demo game that they are so famous for when they can't possess the ball at all. They can't have those open opportunities, a free man to go down the pitch and take a player out. They haven't had the boost to do it.
They certainly haven't, and no space either. We saw the demo play on Chaussette from Scrubkilla. What are you going to do in that situation? Vitality swarming all around. You try to bump them. We even saw the bump play on Ferry.
And it
bumps
turns
him
into
right
a goal.
into position, turns into a goal. Nothing is working for Reciprocity right now.
Yeah, I think for Reciprocity, it's just, you have to reset here. 0-0, 5 minutes. You got to start winning these challenges in midfield. I really think it's coming down to that between these two. And it's so funny how one-sided a game can feel when one team controls the midfield as well as Fairy Peak has. And I think that, Scrub, he's been doing a lot of work getting those demos and finding a couple of goals. But Fairy Peak is a big reason on the defensive end, especially. Scrub having a couple of saves himself, but Fairy Peak preventing shots in general. So I like it.
Yeah, just getting in the way, being a nuisance. And we're going to get the players back in. A slight delay, just having to fix a few things on the back end, and we'll get this started right away. Players joining back up won't be long.
Not at all. I want to see more fun. Just give me more fun Rocket League like that. We had great saves at the beginning of that.
That was a tough,
like Scrub had that save at the beginning of the beginning
and
of game 2.
Chaussette, big saves as well.
Yeah.
It was back and forth right at the beginning.
Fun.
I know, but at the same time, Vitality has been controlling. There was that, it seemed like a power struggle in the beginning, but then Vitality has broken through.
Kind of pulled the battering ram, or not the pulled the battering ram back and just slammed the gates through.
Exactly.
Rushed through and took over the castle.
And poor Chaussette was the gate. He got blown up.
Oh, feels bad. Fruity had that nutty shot that probably the most powerful single shot I think we've seen in a while.
That one froze the defense as well. You look at that, and most of the time when somebody shoots like that, you see the arc, right? You see a bit of an arc. His was it was a frozen rope, just straight line. Gravity, 0 effect. He hit that thing so hard.
It was awesome. It was great.
But now they're back into the wall now. Just a single game left. Otherwise, they'll lose the series. And this is the look at that shot. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
So good.
A missile.
He just gets it like this is the one part on the Octane where that's maximum power. Perfect flip and right on the tip of the bumper. In Smash, they call when Marth, you do his forward smash and you hit him on the very edge, they call it the tipper. That's the tipper for the Octane.
That was a tipper right there. He smashed it. But they'll need more than that. Yeah. They got smacked themselves.
I feel like Chaussette really needs to be this force for this team again. They need some sort of solo effort to make Vitality respect them. Because when you dominate a game like this, you're not going to get any respect. It'll be optimistic positioning galore because they're not going to lose the challenge. Vitality haven't.
That confidence is key.
Game number 3 underway. Already a shot from Kaydop, but it's immediately turned away.
No boost for Scrub here.
Good catch and a flick.
And he gets the boost steal.
All the value. Another shot. Blocked by Fruity. Chaussette, he's not going to have any boost either. Kaydop stole it away. Again, at the very start, we're right where we left off. Kaydop almost destroying the ground. And Reciprocity's defense in the process. The light shot turned away in a very aggressive position. Fairy Peak does get back in time. But here's Ferra, slows down and blocked again by Fairy Peak, wide of the net regardless. Quick pass back to Ferra. Ferra off the backboard. It's got to be Ferra again, off the crossbar. Fruity can't confirm it.
Good back and forth. A good exchange already on both ends of the field. Chaussette just a little too slow to that ball.
He does get a chip on Fairy Peak, but it was plenty of time for Fairy Peak to get back again. Ferra, nothing. Fairy Peak beating him on the play there. Fruity, he's over Fairy. He's got Kaydop right behind him. Flip reset, goes down, and Kaydop punches it away. Fruity couldn't stay behind the ball. Ooh, these quick passes down the field. That's off the backboard. Ferra denied by Kaydop. The backboard has been really difficult for Reciprocity to find any sort of value out of.
Because the reads have been so good from Vitality, they know when they have to go for it, and they have hit every single ball they've needed to on the backboard. And even still, look at that, just finding Scrubkilla on the quick counterattack, going the full length of the field.
Chaussette looking for a pass, but it's just kind of too far from anyone to really grab it. Ferra just getting that touch, still on the backboard, taken away. But here comes Vitality. Scrub off the backboard, misses the touch by a pixel.
Well, he just needed about 8 more boosts to make that second touch happen. Ran out just before.
Kaydop after the first touch has the catch. He's by the defense, save from Ferra for now, but it's falling straight down, and Ferra comes up with the save again. Scrub's got a look in the third. Fairy Peak sends one to space. Fruity has no boost. Good luck getting to, oh, well, never mind. I was on Fruity's cam, and he has all the space in the world. Now he's out of the play.
You're a curse, Jorby. I'm on Fruity's cam, he's Devil.
Yep, feels bad. Fruity by 2 defenders. The double commit by Vitality is null and void. Kaydop gets a monster clear down the pitch. Ooh. Scrub. Back over to Fairy Peak on the rebound. Scrub just missing that touch again. Kaydop, though, gets leeway here in midfield. A lot of demos coming out on both sides of the pitch. Reciprocity really trying to force that home. They haven't been able to crack through Vitality's rotation.
Oh, the miss.
Ooh, but Kaydop is there.
But Fairy is still low. He ran out of boost going for that ball. Still has not found anything but a small pad here and there.
And now Kaydop missing. Vitality, a couple of whiffs. Can Reciprocity capitalize? Midfield, Chaussette gets that first touch. He bought his team time to get back. Fruity filled up the tank. Now he's headed back to Vitality territory. Couldn't quite catch it, but he gives himself a chance at the 50 and wins it. Ferra waiting for this touch from Fairy. And Chaussette grabbing the boost in midfield, grabbing the ball, but just nothing for Reciprocity.
The siege is on for Reciprocity. Vitality stuck in their own half now for almost a full minute.
Good from Scrub on the first block. Need a follow-up from Fairy Peak. He does get it. Chaussette does what he can. Now Fruity. The touch in front will go nowhere. Chaussette up for this quickly. Fairy Peak, the last man back. Chaussette wanted the dunk. Fairy Peak smartly plays it away back over to Scrub.
And Scrub finally relieving pressure with that long clear. But Chaussette quickly scooping that ball up and getting it back into the Vitality half.
Ooh. The Reciprocity are starting to win some of these midfield challenges. They're starting to grab some boosts. Vitality on the counterattack, Scrub off the backboard. It's no good, but Fairy Peak has his back. 1 goal for Vitality with 22 seconds remaining.
Vitality's been playing defense this whole time. Chaussette wanted boost, but then he knew he had to turn and make the play. Didn't get there in time, and it was an easy backboard free goal for Fairy Peak. Vitality's defense bending but not breaking, and then that counterattack, that could be the difference.
Chaussette shot to no one. Ferra, a look, the shot blocked, and Chaussette tried to find the dunk. It does keep it in play. Ferra off the corner, Chaussette downfield, Scrub trying to play it away. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Chaussette gets a good touch up. Ferra's here. Fairy Peak denies Ferra the ball. Chaussette keeps it in play. Fairy Peak lets it drop, and that is it. Renault Vitality sweep Reciprocity.
And they were stuck in their net almost the entirety of that game. 6 saves for Fairy Peak, 2 for Kaydop, forced to make 8 stops. And Fairy Peak, I was watching him at one point. I was just on his player cam. He didn't pick up a large boost pad for about a minute and a half. It was crazy. He was just stuck. So it was a struggle for Vitality. They were struggling, but they still managed to get it.
I really think that if you really want to know how to play defense without boost and having to just rely on small pads, watch that replay and just watch Fairy Peak. You know, just watch him play, and you might be able to play like Fairy Peak or not.
I don't think so.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But you can hope. You can practice.
You can certainly hope. But I mean, Vitality. What a comeback for this team.
Huge play or huge week.
Yeah,
rather.
They had such a good opportunity. Reciprocity did to get to really put themselves in the best position to confirm a top 2 spot. Vitality just mix it up all again. Europe is crazy. Business as usual.
But Vitality. You expect that from Vitality. The defending world champions. They had such high expectations. And they're a team that has what it takes to win it all because they've done it. Scrubkilla says he's a prodigy trying to keep all the prodigies
You'll get
down.
It.
Yeah,
You'll get it.
Hard word.
It's okay.
the end of the day,
That's usually me, James,
you know what?
so you'll
Forget
get
it.
one.
Let's just send it back.
Yeah, you know what? Leave. Take it away. James needs a break.
I'm done.
Yeah.
The prodigy has found his way to a victory. Renault Vitality found their way, but Reciprocity seems to have lost it the last little while, last week, this week. Gibbs, I think we finally have our Renault Vitality back.
Season 7 Vitality's here. That was a dominating performance right there. It's exactly what Vitality needed to do. Terrible last week, but they knew who they were going up against, one of the best in Europe. And they showed why Vitality is still the #1 team in Europe.
I mean, I casted Reciprocity's earlier series, and almost 80% it felt like of their goals were off of bump and demo plays. And the pressure was so consistent from Vitality, it felt like whenever they did go for a bump or demo play, it wouldn't work out because they were too fast, Vitality, to react.
Yeah, the other thing to look at was the shooting percentage from Vitality this game. 37.5% from Fairy Peak, 25% from Scrub. Kaydop a little bit lower, but the setup was there, and that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Is the aggression from this team to come out and to really stick it to Reciprocity to solidify, like, yeah, we may be 3-2, but we're still the best team in Europe.
And that defense, too, the one goal was from Fruity, the hyper beam, they were calling it. The shot, that was amazing. That was unsavable. So you can't even fault Vitality for that one. They just absolutely dominated a Brazil of a series, 7 goals to 1.
I mean, you talk about a hyper beam, but then Kaydop has like the best mind game we've seen in a while, where he just takes it so slow. Both of these teams having stylish plays.
Yeah, no, Renault Vitality, I think this is exactly what fans wanted to see out of them, and a lot more confidence, both for the team and the fans, and everybody watching going into that final week, into week 5, where they have 2 more matches. But for Reciprocity, this is devastating right now. I think you look at that at a 6%, not even a 5%, shooting percentage for them, and then a couple losses now over the past few weeks. This is hurting, and I'm wondering how they're going to bounce back.
I mean, their defense, 19 saves from Vitality.
It's the wrong end of the field if you get
goals.
So
a lot of shots though, but they are stopping them. The defense and the offense from Vitality was definitely there.
And to be fair, they might not control their own destiny completely, but they play Mousesports next week, who's the only team that's in front of them right now. So if they take them down, still a possibility for a top 2. And teams like Rec here, they know how to bounce back. They've done it before. You expect them to do what Vitality did this week. It was a little bit of a disappointing week, but they should bounce back.
I don't even think we should use the word expect anymore right now, because there's nothing we can expect right now from EU. I mean,
makes analysis very hard.
Yeah, it's making our jobs pretty hard.
So on that, though, I just want to talk about Reciprocity just to see, let's give them a bit of coaching here maybe. Like, what can they do, Turtle, like, going into the next week to face against a team like Renault Vitality, especially going to Worlds? You're going to have a lot of top-tier talent, and you can't just sit on defense the entire time. How are they going to break on offense against teams like Renault Vitality?
It's about transition. I think with Vitality, you really have to meet them before they get any shots in. And I think Reciprocity was trying to do that, and then even when they would push up, it was too aggressive to the point where Kaydop would just mind game. That's the weird thing about Vitality is when you're too aggressive, then they'll hit you with plays like that where they slow down the play, and that's why it's so difficult. So it's about being aggressive and making the right decision and winning all of those challenges, and you can't give them space to shoot at all, or else they're going to take advantage.
On the other side of that, too, you have to be careful, though, because they get you to start playing aggressive, and that's when they do slow it down, and then you miss. Like, that's why that Kaydop goal was so good.
I'm surprised Reciprocity didn't bounce back, because that's exactly what they did, and I thought Reciprocity would realize that, which they do all the time. They go down 0-2 in the series, and then usually they reverse reverse sweep or at least get 1 or 2 games, and it didn't even happen.
And sometimes that's just because everyone knows that this Vitality squad, when they're at their peak, they're nearly unbeatable at times. And we saw that on day 3 of the World Championships. We saw that today. Sure, you could say Reciprocity didn't play up to their level, but it was more Vitality just taking it to them.
Let's take a look back at the schedule and what transpired today. Any matches in particular that surprised you, Gibbs, at this point? I gotta say, for me, oddly enough, it's Veloce's results. You know, I think you were talking about it too. That, you know, maybe the expected one to lose was FCB, not against TSM.
Hey, TSM, they're my big surprise. They're 3-2. They still have a chance to be first place for the entire league play. Like after we were all counting them out.
Weird.
They put up
a
ton of goals, and that was a huge win for them. They go into the final week. Sure, there's still a chance that they don't make playoffs, but they're in the driver's seat now, and that's my big surprise.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it a surprise, but Mouse going 2-0 this week, I think was big for them. Complexity, probably a surprise as well. Really stepped it up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they didn't, get the victories, but they showed they were competitive, and it is a step, like I said, in the right direction.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they are at the bottom of the standings, but it is some positive news moving forward, something they can build off of.
Well, for Complexity then, we saw them step it up this week. Is it too late for them, though, at this point, Gibbs?
Well, it's too late for league play for sure, but going into the promotion tournament, this is a great sign for them because we talked about the worst offense ever. They really stepped it up today, putting in a ton of goals. Their offense was clicking, and it wasn't just Flakes doing 1v1 plays. Garizi played 2 wonderful series. A lot of good passing plays coming out from Complexity. They look like a complete team. And if you're a complete team, you have a good chance going into that promotion tournament.
Yeah, and in the promotion tournament, they have a chance because the rival series, there's automatically going to be the top 2 teams pretty much relegated in the tournament. So I think that's going to be a benefit to them. They're going to play basically the 3rd and 4th best teams out of the rival series. So that's even more confidence. And if they're playing well at the end of league play, that's a really, really good sign for them.
And just before we move on to one we didn't touch on for the rest of the day was Mouse as well. I mean, Mouse did walk away with 2 wins and finally breaking that curse of Game 5s with a 3-0 sweep earlier over Dig. Are we liking where they're at? I mean, Achieves definitely didn't, so I don't know if everybody else is kind of mimicking that. Even though they're getting wins, we still feel like they could do better. Is that the truth, Gibbs?
Their offense wasn't clicking today, but I do like that they still got the wins. Their defense was really solid. Like I think some of that had to do with Dignitas and Complexity both not as solid there, but that's what you want to see from Mouse Sports because we worried, all right, their offense is great, their defense is shaky. Now they reversed it. And that's a good sign to see when you can win a series in 2 different ways. That comes down to when it comes to playoffs. If someone is not clicking, you need to fall back on plan B. And it seemed like they had a plan B today. And they got the 2-0, and they're in first place.
Yeah, I mean, every time I hear, you even talk about Dignitas, every time I hear that name, I get scared because, did you see how many shots that were missed in that series they had? It's so close.
What was the stat you had about Yukio? He hasn't scored since.
Yeah, week 2, that Game 5 overtime winner.
Crazy.
That's it.
That's pretty much the theme for a lot of these teams is they're so close to finding that finishing factor, and it's in North America too now. It's almost like both of the regions are back and forth with who is really finishing and capitalizing on a lot of these shots, and just being a pivotal player to make that shot.
We actually have Scrub on the line before we end out the day. Scrub, how you doing, man? How was it watching that documentary?
Yeah, man, it was pretty great.
How was it filming that?
Weird seeing myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun actually. It took quite a while. It was like a full day, like a 12-hour day, but I had a lot of fun filming it, and yeah, I think the documentary it turned out really well. So
it was great watching it. Let's talk about some of the matches. Let's look back at last week. Obviously, it wasn't the most pleasant in the scoreline for you guys going 0-2. Were you worried at all? A lot of people on Deaths were worried that, hey, maybe they're losing it right now, or did you know it was just a little bit of a slump that you had to get over?
Yeah, I feel like I was in a bit of a slump. Last week, I kind of feel like we lost our mojo a little bit. We just didn't have it. And even the first 2 weeks, we might have won the first series, but I wouldn't say we were looking at the same as season 7. So this week it's a really amazing feeling because we just been playing really amazing, really fast, and yeah, it clicked exactly. I think just before we couldn't really trust each other fully. We just kind of lost a little bit of trust, but we've been working pretty hard. Been in the lab just trying to figure out stuff, and yeah, it's worked out great today. So.
Yeah, it did work out great today. We're going to look at next week, though. Hopefully it works out great there. But you are facing off against TSM, who's starting to look like they're on a bit of an uprise. How do you plan on shutting that down right now?
Yeah, I mean, as long as we play as good as this week, I think we can beat any team in Europe. I think we can just play too fast for TSM. We can just exploit their weaknesses. I mean, against Rec, they were they couldn't really do anything. They were making loads and loads of crazy saves as well. So it was still a pretty close series. But yeah, I want to just do the same thing against TSM, and yeah.
So I got to let you go in a sec, but I do just want to make you do some work here because we can't do it anymore. We're bad at analyzing, I guess, or you guys are making it difficult for us. So I want to know from your perspective, who's going to be clinching those top 2 spots to land? Like besides you, who gets the other one?
Ooh, it's got to be. I'm gonna go for Mouse Sports.
Mouse, I like it.
Yeah.
Justifying my picks.
Yeah, they're looking really good, so I'll give it to them.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much for your time, Scrubkilla. Looking forward to seeing you next week, man.
Thank you, man. I'll see you later.
That's good. Confident. Hey, just got to say, you got to believe in the Mouse Sports.
That's right.
Do you guys agree with that? You guys look like
I
you're
agree.
disagreeing.
I agree.
Okay, you're on board with this.
See, I was a fan of Mouse Sports until Leaf is just on this bandwagon trying to say
What do you
he's
mean
right all the time. Sorry,
bandwagon?
Mouse. I got to root against you next week now because of Leaf.
I made the wagon.
You made
Are you kidding me right now? All right, enough of that. We're going to take a look at the standings and see if they're kind of where we expected them to be. Probably not. NA hasn't been. EU's not either.
So let's talk about playoff scenarios real quick.
Okay.
It's a jumbled mess right now. We see Mouse Sports there in first place at 4-1, but literally no team has clinched even a top 4 spot. Mouse Sports could even fall all the way down to 5th. The only team that can't get top 4 is Barcelona and, of course, Complexity, who will finish 8th. But everyone's alive for top 2 even, besides Barcelona. Like Dignitas at 2 and 3, they still have a chance at top 2. So it all comes down to this final week. So many playoff scenarios. I'm going to be up late tonight trying to figure them all out. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we talked about the season being chaos, and if you look at that standings, it makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah. There is chaos everywhere, and the best part is we changed up the schedule a little bit this season, right? We had the big guys, the ones that we have expectations of winning, playing each other earlier in the season, and it still comes down to week 5. No matter what happens, you guys have one last week to prove it. It's going to be chaos even more so on the last day.
I mean, and I think every single player, at least one time, usually for one region, has said that it's Rocket League right now is turning into an on-the-day type of game where it's really it's up for grabs for everybody. It's a matter of just when you want it, and obviously putting in practice and putting the hours is the most fundamental part. But when it comes down to it, you just got to be on point the day you're playing.
We have one final order of business, and of course, it is to check on our Player of the Day, presented by Intel. And it has to be someone from Mouse Sports, obviously.
Of course.
Cook's here.
I think Leaf did this one. Cook's here. Look at those shots, 29. They only got 4 goals, but so much offensive pressure from Mouse. And sure, their offense wasn't clicking, but Cook's here, so reliable on both sides of the field the entire day.
Yeah, for me, it was more of the fact that we always talk about how the best teams find ways to get wins no matter what.
Yeah.
And even though they aren't looking the best today with the Chiefs and their offense, as he stated, they still get victories. Complexity did look a little bit better today. Mouse still squeaked out the win.
Yeah.
They come back later in the day, 3-0 sweep. So that's what you want to see, and Cookser was a big reason why that happened.
They are 4-1 now. Yeah. First place in the driver's seat for a top 2 spot. This is Mouse Sports we're talking about. The team that picked up a lot, 2-time relegated. He had a huge day as well, so fantastic for Mouse Sports.
And now that we're at the end, just final thoughts on Europe. I feel like the brains are probably all scrambled. Turtle, how you feeling after week 4?
Look, it's weird because you come in. I mean, I thought today might have been one of the more normal days actually compared to most. I felt a little bit like not underwhelmed by any means, but I think the biggest one was that TSM Veloce match, and everything else was a little bit more consistent than before.
The only thing that I got to say for Europe, watch out, Vitality's back. That was a good Vitality.
That was fantastic.
If that happens next week, look out, Energy as well. Vitality's coming again.
Yeah, obviously, last but not least, don't forget South America. Always watch more. And like I said, tune in next week. It is going to be for both NA and EU coming down to the wire.
Well, speaking of next week, thanks for setting me up for that. Let's take a look at the schedule presented by Axe. Week 5 for both NA and Europe are going to be absolutely crazy. I, of course, have my eyes on that Reciprocity versus Mouse Sports 1. We'll see if Mouse Sports can keep it up or if Reciprocity will get themselves together. Of course, before we get to next week, week 5, you need to get online and get your tickets to LAN Palacio Vista Alegre in Madrid, Spain, December 13th to 15th, on tickets.rlesports.gg. Anyways, our brains need some rest. We know you guys do too. So we're signing out, and we'll see you next week.
Able to intercept Magnus with the shot. Oh my goodness, Magnus out of the corner.
I picked Mouse. I give him a little mascot. See how cute he is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
they're,
it's
they're
wearing
gonna,
that
they're gonna
party hat.
scuttle their way to victory.
Cooks are demolished in front, along with the shot, and puts it in. Mouse take another game. It's Freaky with a pass down to Cassia. What a pass, so high. And double tap. Blue recovered and got the second shot on the kickoff. What? He scores. What is going on? No! Stop it! What happened? What happened?
Complexity struggling to break this one out. Here's Ferra across the box, and a perfect shot to the right corner gets Reciprocity on the board. Speed might have different.
Oh, that's it.
Say, and it's a lot who puts it in near post.
You want offense? I'll give you offense, says Remco. Gets the dunk and just goes straight down to the ground.
Alpha under one. After Remco, floater into the net, right in front of the box. Pass from Scrub to Kaydop. He waits for it and he gets the touch off the post. This is beautifully crafted from Very Pink pass. Quick to Kaydop. It's too light. Chaussette. He can't get it out. Scrub gets the goal. How about a taste of your own medicine? Here comes the boom from Scrubkilla, and Kaydop walks it home.
You even saw Chaussette trying to
They were dancing.